who is the worst tourist? And I'm talking about specifically in Southeast Asia. Unfortunately, the Brits have been getting the top spot for this, and I really don't think they are the worst tourists. I think they're the most obvious worst tourist, if that makes any sense. In an effort to be more consistent, I'm here making a video. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I just wanted to bring some attention to some news that's been going out about who is the worst tourist. And I'm talking about specifically in Southeast Asia. Unfortunately, the Brits have been getting the top spot for this, and I really don't think they are the worst tourists. I think they're the most obvious worst tourist, if that makes any sense. Meaning there are other bad tourists. It's just they're the most obvious, and it has a lot to do with the British culture, and I'm talking about the British working class culture, which is really big on drinking, unfortunately. And this gets them in a lot of trouble. The most recent story is a 28-year-old British man died after getting punched by a bouncer. And this is a complication from drinking too much. I saw the video. It looked like he was running down the street. It looked like he was hopped up. But, alcohol works in a lot of different ways. And they've been getting in trouble with fighting with bouncers. And this is because of the working class British culture of drinking. There's a lot of levels to the Brits. There's the manners. A lot of our manners come from British. So this is just to show you there's a lot of levels to the British culture, just like there's a lot of levels to the American culture. There's a lot of levels to the French culture. I'm actually coming out to defend the Brits on this. I just think these days, for whatever reason, a lot of them are sheltered, and I don't want to say brainwashed, but yeah, brainwashed in the sense that drinking is cool. A lot of us in the United States realize that drinking is not cool, and that culture has been flourishing since the 80s with straight edge. But it really hasn't hit Britain, and there hasn't been any real youth movements where drinking is unacceptable. It's just part of the culture. So this is where they're getting themselves in a lot of trouble. For the most part, British people are very polite and nice. I think it's the nicest country next to Japan as far as politeness goes. So I think they're getting a bad rap. I don't think they're the worst tourists. I think there's a lot of individuals from different countries that might qualify as the worst tourists in Thailand or Southeast Asia. I just think they're making the papers, and it's given them a bum rap. I mean, there's way worse tourists than this. I don't want to bring it up, but there's people that really want to do damage to your country, and the Brits aren't like this. They're sports fans, they're music fans, and yes, they drink too much, and this gets them into a lot of trouble. So the headlines are, although they're accurate in the sense that the Brits are getting in trouble overseas, they're not really that bad of a people as a whole, and there's a lot of levels to what being British is, and for the most part they're quiet and they keep to themselves. But you get them in a sports bar, You get them with some loud music, you get them with a lot of drinks. And another thing is they're over drinking when they go overseas. And I mean, we all are. I never drink, but I'll have a few drinks there. It's just going to Thailand and not drinking is really quite a feat because it's just everywhere and it's cheap and it's just everywhere. You want to break the ice, you want to be a little bit loose. I mean, you are on vacation and I understand this, but you just can't let it get out of hand. And unfortunately, the British have been making headlines for drinking too much. I mean, there's other cultures that drink more. I think the country that drinks the most is Brazil. That stat could have changed, but South America drink a lot of beer, a lot of alcohol. And, Americans, although we have factions in America that are not into drinking, that have realized the dangers of drinking, there's still a part of American culture that is very big on drinking. So I'm going to try to make more videos daily. I think if I keep up doing a lot of videos, that by the time I do travel, I'll have even more followers. It's just an idea of mine. Thanks for watching my video.